Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh. It feels like it has been ages, which it kind of has, but yeah, we're here. Today, if you're like wondering why the heck wasn't she here at 10, I had an event at the kids' school that I had to go to that started at 10, but I really didn't want to cancel. So we're gonna still go for the 2 hours. We're gonna go until 1:30 my time, so that's Central Time. But yeah, I was just like, I really don't want to cancel. It's been weeks, so we'll just make a slight time adjustment. It really does, Kenny. It really does. All right. Well, let's see. Josephine, hello. Let's see. Durban, good morning. Zippy Stitcher, hello. Let's see. Jeanette, hello. Mona, Dawn, hello. Oh, that's interesting. See, I haven't even been in live chats. Is the @ in front of the names? Is that new? When did that start happening? I've been like lurking, but I haven't paid that close attention to chat. Let's see. Natalie, hello. Doing well, Zippy. Let's see. Kenny. Okay, I think I got everyone. But yeah, that seems like it's different. All right, but we have 2 hours. Like, I have so much to chat about. I'm gonna turn on my music. If the music is too loud for you guys, please let me know. Connie, hello. Yeah, we have a lot to go through and go over. So we're gonna do kind of like a quick clickle thing so we could, I'd love to get a ton of this done. Although part of me is still holding out hope that the new set of these will arrive before we're done with this page. I checked Blick's website, which is where I ordered them from. 5 ever, longer than 4 ever, right? And it changed from November to October 28th. So I'm kind of hoping I will get a shipping notice on the 28th, but we'll see. We do have a couple of Square updates to do. We have D with the silver I Heart My Dog charm, got a little paw print, and the Heart My Dog on one side here. We'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. And then we have the little handheld. You know, it's so funny. I only had one of these, and this one like held up for a while. I thought for sure little Steve was going to choose it for his, but he did not. So D, you get the singular handheld game charm. Love it. Hi, Angela. Yeah, I haven't either. It'd be December? I wonder if that has to do with when they ordered it though, because when I ordered, I actually called and spoke to someone, and they said that it could very well be here sooner. So I guess at this point, I guess we'll just wait and see. Who knows? Let's see. And hi, Shannon. And then we have Kara who added the little bee charm. Kara, I have to ask. I didn't see if you were here, but if you're here later, are we going for a bee theme this time? Because I absolutely love that. Anyway, so that was those two. We have, ooh, it's kind of dark in here. There we go. This wall is getting very full. Oh, the date keeps changing daily? Oh, yeah, I haven't checked. Here, let me look. Let me look at Blick real quick, because now I am curious. Okay, Derwent, I can't spell. Derwent drawing. Okay, Derwent drawing pencils. Let's see. Let's go to out of stock, expected 11/20. But I mean, they only had 40 sets or 45 when I called. So maybe that's like the second round of them. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. When I spoke to the lady, it seemed like I was the second one to purchase them from them. I saw that, Durban. Yeah, I actually, your order's done. Did you order it through Blick? Maybe I'll just call at some point and get an update. That probably seems to go straight to the source. Hi, Plan. Oh, Jen, right. It took me a second. Hi, Jen. Oh, you were the 4th order. Yeah, I might just call them and find out. Yeah, I got an email and I had an affiliate link for the Color Cube, and I was like, oh, I feel like I should, like, I haven't purchased it. I'll be honest. I don't plan to, partially because, I mean, I've got the one already. I like that apparently the boxes are going to be wood, but maybe I'll just post my link anyway in case somebody wants to. I don't know. We'll see. Ordered mine the same day as you or after. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like it's not just us. Like, it seems like there's a lot that are struggling to get them. So maybe by Christmas. Anyway, all right, let's dive straight in, because like I said, we have loads to talk about. Like, I have a bunch of the kids' costume stuff that I made that I would love to show you guys, but I know that like it's been way too long and we've got 2 hours and I can't go over late today, so we're gonna jump straight into coloring stuff. So this is the page we're working on today. You can get this one on my Etsy shop. And actually currently, I forget when the end date is. I put it for a week, so it might be good through the weekend. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to look. But this page plus all other fall theme pages are currently on sale in my shop. But I do have the link pinned up top if you want to take a look at there. All right, so we've got the square updates. We've got this one. And then this is where we're at on the can I finish this book? So I'd done all of the fish using the showing up as ordered now. Interesting. The costumes have my hat. Well, I finished, actually no, I haven't put the elastic in my hat yet. There hasn't been time. Okay, we'll do just a super quick show and tell because it actually turned out really cute. Okay, so as we know, little Steve is going to be a trash can for Halloween. However, the trash can doesn't fit in the car. So the trash can is like around the neighborhood costume. The other costume he wanted, which was, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of it. If you're familiar with the game Prodigy, it is a math video game that kids like to play. Like it's a math game. Anyway, there is a character on there called the Puppet Master. I think I showed it to you guys. Let's see, is it on here? It might not be anymore. Anyway, but it's the Puppet Master, and so he wanted to go as that. So hang on. I'm actually really proud of this one. Bring over the pieces here. Hold on. Okay. So if you're familiar with the character, you'll recognize it, okay? So this is his staff. I made the gem out of cardboard and then used pearlized craft paint and then air dry clay on the staff, and then I painted it all. So this is his staff. He was so excited. We went to a school carnival and all of his little friends recognized what it was. I'm not gonna put the glove on, but the Puppet Master, unsurprisingly, wears, you know, like the regular little puppet things. Well, it's a simple version for the character itself. So he wears this as a glove, and I put this kind of, you know, invisible string on it. So it looks like he's actually got this floating Puppet Master. And I'm too far from chat to read it, so I'll read it in a second. So then I ordered just the regular purple cloak on Amazon. And then I added the gold trim on it. So this is supposed to go around him like so. And then there is this piece on the front. So once that's on, then this piece goes on the front. Again, if you look up Puppet Master on Google, you'll see all of this. So it's got little gems and everything. And then lastly, I couldn't find a hat that would really work for it. So I just made him a hat with all the right colors. So this is his hat that goes along with it. Like I said, I was really proud of this one. I kind of just made it up as I went along and drew my patterns on butcher paper, and it worked out well. So that's his. That's his. And then little Emily's is all done. She's got to wear it once so far. So this is the final headband headpiece. And then I already showed you guys the tail, but I ended up adding more flowers and stuff onto it. So it swishes when she walks. And then this is kind of like a belt skirt thing that goes on the waist. It's just hung up there now because it's easier. And then she's got this full thing. So all those pieces go together. Oh, and where are they? These are the wings. So there's this shimmery on the inside with sequin wings on the outside. So she wears them like that. It's got the little thing. Anyway, got a very, it's like, she wears it like this, like Dracula would. So there's that. Do you guys want to see Steve's costume? So Steve is very, he'd rather not do a costume altogether. So I made his really simple because the kids want us all to dress up. Here's a shirt for him. Don't even have the tag off for it. And here's a hat, and I'll cut him out a Mario mustache. So we have got Halloween in the bag. My stuff is in the other room, but essentially I've got a skirt and I'll have the mushrooms. Just be a mushroom lady. So it's super cute. Okay, sorry. Let's see. Hi, Kat. Welcome. Callie, hello. Did you check your orders? I haven't, honestly. No, I'll have to look that up. Anyway, so I was sewing like a mad woman because I was trying to get ready for the festival. I did. Yeah. You know what's funny is they did last year at Little Emily School, they had a dance and there was a costume contest, but they're not having it this year. They're having like a spooky night thing, but I don't know that there's a costume contest. There's supposed to be a Halloween thing in town tonight, which there is a costume contest, but there's also rain in the forecast. So we shall see. But we are going to do like a group trick-or-treat. So all of our little friends will come over and I'm going to have snacks and drinks and stuff afterwards and they can all, you know, sort their loot and whatnot. But between prepping for everything and some stuff I've been doing behind the scenes and trying to get the costumes done, it has been a lot. It has been a lot. So yeah, so that's where we're at with costumes. And then, like I said, so this is where we're at with the Can I Finish This Book? I haven't done these houses yet because I haven't had time. I'll probably try and film the rest of this weekend. And this one, I haven't decided yet how I'm going to do this one. I don't want to break this up into a bajillion parts, so I'm going to have to figure out, maybe we'll do only 2 parts for this, but some of these things like these are big enough that they deserve their own part, but I feel like somehow I need to tie all of this in, so we shall see. Right, and I know I'm working on core memories here, and then we got some more. I don't know, I'm worried people are going to get mad if I keep doing parts, but when there's individual elements on the pages, like it just makes sense. Like I could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. But I don't know. If they get mad at the parts, they don't have to watch. Jill number first. That's all I can think about. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Like I didn't do the gallery show because I knew I wasn't gonna have time to prep any of it. It was really crazy last week, and I'll be honest, I made some mistakes that I was not happy with myself about, and I think I was not focused the way I needed to be, and I think I just spread myself a little too thin. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it next year. I wasn't feeling super great about it by the time it was done. So yeah. Anyway, so we have drawing updates. One of the things I've been doing is rather than bringing my crochet and stuff to the car pickup line, because you know I spend a lot of time in the car, I've been bringing my iPad to work on drawing. So I've actually busted out a number of drawings here that I'm hoping will turn into something, but if not, they will end up going in the shop, or I have one that I may put up in the shop now, but we shall see. Anyway, if you are a member and you missed it, this is October's download. So if you're a member, make sure you snag this one. One of the other new ones I did was, it's a little fairy submarine. And quick question, because before I tell you what kind of nut this is, I'm curious how recognizable it is. So, does anybody know what the body of the submarine is made out of, which nut? Because I'm curious how obvious it is. Like, it's obvious to me, but that's because I knew what I was drawing when I drew it. Nah, not a walnut. Pecan! Thank you, Shannon. Okay, sweet. All right, so we have a little pecan submarine. I just love this one, and yeah. We'll see if it goes up in the shop yet. Like I said, I'm just working on some stuff. This one is a new one up in the shop. So I was trying to think, like, we've got plenty of pumpkin houses, so how can I make it different? This one I turned on its side. We've got the lid here. Will it go bad? Not at all, because this is complete fantasy. Time of year is crazy. Yeah. Well, it's not just that, because again, I didn't do the gallery thing. It was all painting that I had to do. So it was more along the lines of all of the back and forth, because where I had to go, it's 30 minutes from where I'm at. And it's just been, yeah, I don't know. I just stretched myself. It's in my basket. Oh, I'm so glad. And then this is another one. So right now, ones that are not up in the shop are this one, and then this one behind here that I'm about to show you. This seems kind of dark. Let's turn it up. There we go. So we got submarine. It's not available yet anywhere. Same thing with this one. I was thinking I might make this the download for next month, but we'll see. But it's a little coffee cart made out of a mushroom. So that's super cute. And then this one, I know it seems obscure, but like I had an idea for it. There's so much construction where we're at. I was just, you know, again, with all the time I spend in the car, I was just like, what if I made a house out of a traffic cone? So I did, and I liked it so much when I was done. And again, this one's not available yet. I might, just because I ended up really, really liking it. And so I was excited to get it done. So I actually started coloring this one. It's not done yet. like I want to add some more red to the cone, and I want to make it look a little bit more weathered, and I still need to finish the leaves. Theoretically, that's partially why, again, I'm not like saying that anything is for sure by any means, but let's just say inquiries have been made. I have the number of pages I want it to be. Whether or not it'll get picked up, that's a whole other story, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to work on it in the background. So, yeah, because depending on who it goes through, they may not want that these pages are already available in the shop. So we shall see. I really like this one, so I may put this one in the shop. We'll see. Hi, Paul. What's up? But I wanted to color it, so I did. So anyway, that is the coloring page updates. Not in the shop, available yet. Like I said, inquiries. Thank you. Inquiries have been made. We'll see where it goes. There's nothing set in stone at the moment. Hang on, I think I put away the page we're currently working on. Where did it go? There it is. Oh, thanks everyone. So yeah, like I said, fall pages are all on sale in the shop right now. I forget what day I have it ending, but it'll say in the shop. All right, let's dive in. It is 11:44. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Get all the roundup done in like 15 minutes. Okay, so let's just start at the bottom here. I really want to work on this flower. We are using the Derwent drawing pencils, but it is just the, what is it? How many are there? 24? I don't know. It's the original small set. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Let's see, for our yellow, because this is, I'm gonna color it like a sunflower. So let's do yellow ochre. Let's see, we'll do wheat, yellow ochre and wheat. And then for the inside, let's do brown ochre. Brown ochre and Venetian red, I think. There we go. All right, so we are going to start with those colors. This is one of the, for the artists for the festival, hi Marilyn, we got little swag bags, and I've seen, I think Soho is the Jerry's Artorama brand, because they had a bunch of art places donate things for the artist swag bags there, and this was in there. It's an okay sharpener, but the blades are really sharp right now, so they're giving me a really nice sharpen, so that's what I've been using. Would I say, go out and get this one immediately? No, I'm mostly using it because I have it. I'm like, oh, cool, new sharpener, really sharp blades. We're just gonna roll with it. So if you're still looking for a sharpener and you're like, oh, what about that one? I say still just go with the dull ones, really. I followed a Derwent survey and I put you down as one of the artists I follow for art stuff. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll make it there, but yeah, maybe I'll just call them, because when I spoke to their customer service before, they were really, really nice about it. Good morning, Liesel. How are you? All right, let's see. Should we darken it a little bit? Yeah, that'll be good. So I haven't really said a ton about the festival. It was good, but here's the thing. I started off on kind of the wrong foot, and everything that kind of went wrong during that week, it was nobody's fault but my own. But given the mistake, I'll tell you about them here in a second. Given the mistakes that I made, it's a sign to me that like my brain was in too many places at once. Like I clearly made some missteps, and I was just like, I think I just spread myself too thin. Like I was just too preoccupied with everything else. So first day, check my order status, doesn't show my order is active. Guess I need to call them. Dang it. Okay, hold on. Now I want to look at my email. Yeah, because it's not like I've been charged for them yet or anything. Let's see if I can pull up my whichever email it is. Hang on, I want to look now real quick. Let's see. Okay, order confirmation. Let's view my order. Trying to remember my password. got it right. Sweet. Okay, let's look at my order. Huh. Maybe I used a different thing. Okay, let's look up the order. I might have done it with a different email. Oh well, I'll have to look it up after stream. Sorry, got sidetracked. Side quest. Show since last night. Interesting. Yeah, I'll do poking around and see if I can. Really, you think so? Hold on. Sorry, I know I'm just gonna check my other email real quick, because again, I don't remember which one. Why would they do that without even sending? Because if that's the case, that's kind of aggravating. Let's try. Okay, yeah, I don't remember what my email for is. Yeah. Well, I have the order number in my email, so I'll just need to call them and be like, hey, so do heck, I really want these pencils. Because that seems a little, I don't know, Blick's always been really good. That seems a little shady if just everybody's orders are disappearing, right? Like, again, I mean, I haven't been charged yet, so it's not like they already, you know, accepted the money for it and then just disappeared the order. I just wanted pencils. Oh, gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll look it up after stream because I don't want you guys to spend my whole time watching me look quizzically at my computer. But yeah, so the first day I had everything packed the night before. Everything was set, ready to go, sitting by the door because there was a lot to bring. And I get everything loaded. And keep in mind, my field easels is in a black case, but yeah, I thought that was kind of weird with all the app thing. Anyway, but I guess I had set it behind the door when we were leaving and I totally spaced it. So, you know, I drop everybody off at their respective, you know, schools. And I drive 30 minutes to get where I'm going for the thing. And I go to unload everything. Good morning, Della. And my easel wasn't in the trunk. It's bad enough, like I can get by without an easel. It's a heck of a lot easier, so I'm not having to hold everything. But here's the kicker. I was planning on filling my palette when I got there so that I could have fresh paint and none of it would be dried. But all of the paint was in my easel. So I showed up the first day without my easel or my paint. Thankfully, one of the artists that I hung out with last year, they let me borrow a few of their watercolors and I had some watercolor pencils. So I was able to get my sketch in, but I was only able to be there for a couple hours because I kind of reached the point where, you know, like I need to start adding paint and layering and well, I can't get the same effect with watercolors that I can with gouache. So I was only there for about 2 hours. So that it really was. Oh, you're good, Angela. So I left after only 2 hours. I was feeling just kind of like, you know, like I wanted to get so much more done. Granted, they gave us 4 days. I'm using yellow ochre. They gave us 4 days instead of 3, like we had last year. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm not any worse off than I was last year because we got an extra day. So, you know, it was a nice kind of extra cushion for you know, being caught back up. So I was feeling kind of not happy with where I was at. So I came back and of course I remembered all my paints now. That was not a mistake I made again. So I came back the next day and I got pretty far, but I really wasn't super happy with where I was at. By the third day, I was feeling pretty good about it. And then, of course, I got it done on the fourth day. I really liked how it turned out. I could definitely see some things afterwards that I wished I would have changed. And actually, I was able to speak with the judge who did the voting at the end. And he has been a professor for a while. So I was able to get some, not that there was anything wrong with my painting per se, but I asked him, like, could you give me some constructive criticism on areas where I could be stronger, you know, not necessarily, you know, like, oh, this is bad, this is terrible, because art is subjective by itself. But I was like, what are some weaknesses that I could work on were I to do this again? So we talked about a lot of stuff, but it was kind of cool just because where I saw flaws and weaknesses, yeah, I guess they're giving everybody handles now, so I'm not quite entirely sure what that's about. So what I thought were the weaknesses in the painting were exactly where he suggested, like, okay, well, if you want to improve for next time, like, these are some things for, and again, it's not that he was saying it was bad. It was just like, this is why maybe this one didn't win over others kind of thing. So we had a good conversation about that, and I felt a little bit better. But that particular day of the voting, I was already kind of distraught. There's a reason I didn't post much after I posted about the 2-hour thing. So here's the thing. The way that it works for this festival is before everything starts, you go and get checked in, and you have all of your canvases and papers and everything stamped, right? They need to make sure everything is stamped so that they know, you know, people aren't completing stuff at home. You know, they've got to make sure that people are completing these things on site. And so, you know, we go in and we get everything stamped and whatnot. And for the 4-day one, after things were stamped, you were free to go to your spot and go work on it, right? You just post a picture in the community WhatsApp group saying, hey, this is where I'm at today. And that was kind of like you checking in. Hi, Unicorn. And I had read through, because we all had copies of the rules. Excuse me. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. We all had copies of the rules and everything. And so the thing that I missed, sorry, drinking water, but it's like stuck here. Anyway, the thing that I missed is on the day of the 2-hour quick draw, which if you guys weren't here before, I was doing 2 events. One where you complete a painting in 4 days, and one where you complete a painting in 2 hours. Now, a lot of people did multiple paintings over those 4 days, but you guys know me. I like my detail. I have a hard time doing my art kind of broadly. I like to add a lot of detail and everything. So, I took all 4 days to do that painting. So I've picked up my spot for the 2-hour quick draw. In fact, I went even to one of the ladies in charge of the festival. I double checked that my spot was okay. And I was like, okay, awesome. I'll go ahead and, you know, get my stuff set up. I'll be ready to go. And I took, you know, video and pictures all along the way. But here is where I messed up. I missed the part, and I did it last year. I should have remembered, but this is where I'm like telling myself, like, okay, I think I spread myself too thin because I missed some of these key things. So at the beginning of the quick draw, you're supposed to go and check in before you go to your spot. If you do not check in, then your 2-hour piece cannot be put up for the voting. It essentially gets disqualified. I did not go check in. I completely spaced it. I was so preoccupied. With getting to my spot, picking it out, make sure, you know, I was trying to make sure I followed all the rules for where I needed to set up, where I needed to not be blocked. I had to, you know, I was so preoccupied that I missed that spot. So of course, I start painting with everybody else, go the 2 hours. I'm not gonna lie, I was really proud of it. Like I was so strategic on where I picked, and I was like, cool, this is gonna be so much better than next year, yada, yada. I get all done. I've been outside for 2 hours. It's Texas. It's not cool at all. I had fire ants that kept trying to come after me. I'm telling you, plein air is all romanticized, but like, got eaten alive. Anyway, so of course, you know, then 2 hours is up. I load up everything. I'm feeling pretty confident. I go to turn it in, and she was real nice. And my initial reaction it made her think that I was mad at her, which I just wasn't. I was just frustrated with the whole situation. So I go down there to check in and to turn it in. She's like, "You didn't check in this morning." I was just like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You had to check in to be able to put it up for voting." And I was just dumbfounded. I could not believe I had just made that stupid, and she felt really bad. She felt really bad. I felt really bad. Like it was like an hour between when everybody turned it in to when, everybody could come in and see everything. And so what they did let me do is at least put it up and put it for sale in case no one did buy it. But it was an option. But what I had done is essentially taken myself out of the running for any kind of placement for it. So I was really frustrated with myself because it was just one of those things that I should have done better. I should have, see, Brown Oak, I've only been planning this for ages, but I was just so preoccupied with getting to the spot, getting set up, making sure I did things, differently from last year, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was really teary-eyed for the first hour of the event because we needed to stick around, ask, if people wanted to ask questions. And it really was nice. It made me, I did up until I realized the mistake I made, and I just felt like crap the rest of the time. I was so disheartened. Honestly, I was, crashing out, spiraling, whatever, texting Steve, because in that hour between, when all the voting is happening and all the judging, I just went to the car and ate my sad lunch and texted Steve just about how everything, I was just feeling terrible about all of it because it was just I just made this massive mistake. And I was just it's not that it was the big one, but the winners got a plaque and everything, but it would have been cool. And I just knocked myself out of the running for that one mistake. And I was just so I did stick around for the whole thing. And thankfully, one of the artists there, we hung out last year and he had heard what happened and he was just so supportive because, since we are currently a one vehicle family, I didn't have Steve and the kids come because for me to leave after turning it in, there would have been no parking. It would have been impossible. So I was there, but thankfully I knew people. And so, I had a little group of friends there and they helped me feel a little bit better. Basically just gave me a little bit of emotional support because I was just I was just so disheartened about the whole thing. And, but I stuck it through, went with the whole thing. And the painting for 4 days is still up at the show. So that one could still sell. And a lot of people actually, they came and wanted to meet me and they talked about how much they liked it. And the owners of the property that we were painting at, mine ended up being their favorite. So I definitely felt good about that, knowing that despite that it didn't place or anything, it didn't win anything, there were people that really enjoyed it and really liked it. And I was just okay, I don't feel like a complete failure now. And again, it's not that the paintings were bad. They really weren't. I was so frustrated at myself. I can guarantee you that if I do this, I won't ever make that mistake again. That's for sure. But that's kind of why I just suddenly stopped posting about the whole thing because I was just... Anyway, so I don't even know where I put that little painting. I tucked it away because I was I don't really want to look at this right now. So it really did, Liza. It really did. I was just, I'm usually pretty extroverted, happy-go-lucky person, but it was just taking all of my emotional strength to not. There were a few times I had to step away and compose myself because I was just, I was so emotional about the whole thing and I was so frustrated. And so if you would ask me right then, do I ever want to do this again? It was a resounding no, because it's just that I'd rather just go home. I don't want to be, around any of this. Internally, I was probably acting a little immature, but I stuck around and I had friends there. Everything was still professional. I stepped away if I needed to or whatever. It's not like I was throwing a tantrum, but you can't help it when the tears start to well up, of just pure frustration. So, but I made it through and I was very grateful for the friends that I made there because I probably would have just gone and sat in my car to be a blubbery mess during the whole thing. Right. Well, thankfully, I didn't have a tantrum. I didn't. Internally, absolutely I did. But, you know, I'm a grown up and it was a professional setting and I needed to remain professional despite the fact that I was just so angry at myself. But it was in that realization that I was just like, I clearly spread myself too thin that week. You know, like I should have, I don't know, maybe not tried to do so much, because like up until the festival, I had been like sewing all day and night to get the kids' costumes done. I had, you know, was sewing in the evenings to finish them up and everything, because it was a lot. And there was just a lot of other stuff all happening at once. And so I think that I am too ADHD to put that much on myself. I had a fabulous spot. I don't even know where I tucked away the painting. Like, if I had it in arm's length, I probably, hang on, let me see if I put it over here. Because it did turn out good. I was proud of it. Yeah, I might have just hidden it away. I don't even remember where I put it, but it was definitely one of those things of like, I don't even want to look at it anymore. I did a little reel. It took me a little bit to get together to edit the reel because it was just like opening the wound every time I pulled up all those clips. So it took me a couple days to gather myself enough to, you know, put my big girl pants on and be like, look, it's fine. You made a mistake. We're moving on, kind of thing. But it was a little raw for a bit. And I just came home when the thing was done. And I didn't really want to talk about anything of what happened because I was just so disappointed. So anyway, that was me kind of like, I think since I clearly made, I mean, the first day I left my paint at home for the painting competition. Like, this has clearly been a bit much. Aw, thanks. Yeah, one of those learning. Oh yeah, I can guarantee, like I said, I can guarantee you that if I do this again, I will not be making those mistakes again. So, like I said, if someone were to ask me if I was going to do it again right now, I would have to say I don't know. So I think I'm going to need some time to heal a little bit. Plus, like I said, there have been some inquiries put out there. If something happens with this book I'm trying to do, then I probably won't, mostly because I won't have time. I won't have time. Like I said, it's only inquiries at this point, and if anyone were to pick it up, I have a feeling like we would have... Sorry, I'm going between brown ochre, Venetian red, and chocolate right now. Only for the camera to push, right? Right. That wasn't funny at the time, but later I'm just like, of all the things, I left the paint for the painting competition at home. List of things to do first comes in handy. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is, like, even if I had made a list, it wouldn't have been on there because I must have skimmed over it or something, and I just totally missed the part where it said you need to check in first. Like, I totally didn't even notice it. But yes, if I had sat down with the list of rules and be like, these are the things I need to do, I probably would have done better. But my hope is if this book thing goes through, you know, obviously because... gotta have the redemption round. I don't know, right? My redemption arc. Well, that, and I think I was riding a little bit of an unrealistic high from last year, because last year I got 2 honorable mentions on the paintings and I sold one. And so I think I was just like, oh yeah, this will be, never mind that there was probably about like 15 new artists this year. Like yeah, it's fine. I probably needed to be knocked down a peg anyway. But yeah, so if this works out, you know, there may be some changes, but my initial offer when I'm explaining, you know, what I would like to do for a book is, because of the insight that I've had from being within this community for the last decade or so, I've heard a lot of feedback how people like single-sided pages. I don't know how much, you know, depending on where it ends up going, I don't know how much control I'll have over the binding, hardback, whatever. But in an ideal world, in an ideal world, the ideal book I would like to put out, let's do some brown ochre on these leaves. I would want it to be about 60 to 65 pages, all single-sided, hardback, thread-bound, like that's what I'd like to do. Yeah, I really think that's what it was, Jeanette. Like, I'm absent-minded on a good day, but if then you've add in things where your mind is just constantly going and you're trying to do so many things, like, it's just, yeah. Like, all right. Lesson learned. But yeah, I needed a couple days before I started talking about it or posting the final video and everything. And I was just like, I just need to be more responsible next year. That's all. So, but yeah, so in the meantime, I have kind of refocused for now and doubling down on, you know, hopefully getting this book done. So I want to work on getting the number of pages done that I want to get done, because, you know, if it comes down to the point where I can present to, you know, a publisher like, hey, here's my fully finished book. You wanna publish it? So, but like I said, I've started putting out inquiries. One of them's kind of promising, but we'll see. It's hard to say until they take a look at the proposal and the samples and just me in general and see if it's something that they want to do. So fingers crossed. Oh, the museums? Yeah, they're like upwards of like 300 or something, right? Yeah, I'm really curious about those Blick pencils if people's orders are disappearing. I don't know if my orders have in fact disappeared. There's a part of me that kind of, I don't know, might just wait for them to come out on Amazon. Thanks, Angela. Yeah. And if I can get somebody to talk to there directly, maybe they can answer, like, how is this allowed? Like, why were you just like, we get no notice that it's gone, that it doesn't exist? How does that work? Oh, really? Oh, they are on Amazon? How much are they listed on Amazon? That's the other thing, because I used a coupon. Like, my total, I want to say, was like $135 on Blick. Let's see. Let's look up Amazon. I'm curious how much it is. Let's see. Derwent drawing pencils, 72. Oh, that's the pastel pencils. Okay. Drawing pencils. Visit the Derwent store. Hang on, I'm just looking at this. Shannon, can you put a link for them in chat? I'm not seeing them on Amazon. Like, I see the smaller sets, and I see the pastel pencils. But when I click on like the 24 count, the only option sizes are 6, 12, and 24. And I typed in 72, but it's not popping up. See the 72 pastels. Oh, they're gone. Oh, they're gone now. They were there yesterday. Right, Jeanette? No, I agree. Maybe they could be processing them. 200 and something. Yeah, see, that's the whole reason I didn't order them from like Colt pens from overseas, because I was wanting to get a better price. But yeah, I'll definitely call them. When I am done. I'm just really sorry. I got distracted because I noticed I had this. This is my cup today, and so I was holding it this, but like that was like an hour ago. Why is it still there? Yeah, I'll call them because I've got the order number and everything, and see if we can get to the bottom of it, because that would be really disappointing considering I made a point to order them, you know, like straight away. Like, do heck, man. I want my panchos. All right, let's use the yellow ochre now. You know what I'm going to do while we're doing this? If you guys missed it earlier, hi Rainbow. I was showing some new illustrations that I did. Okay, so working on that one. But so I'm going to lay these out here, and maybe you guys can help me decide what next month's, because it'll be one of these, next month's coloring download will be, versus if we want them in the shop. So we've got the Fairy Pecan Submarine, we've got the Mushroom Coffee Cart, and then we have the Traffic Cone Fairy House. So I want you guys to vote for your favorite. Again, even if you don't vote, my feelings will not be hurt. So which, let's see, I'll just do favorite. Favorite, question mark. Okay, so we have the Pecan Submarine. We have the Mushroom Coffee Cart. And we have the Traffic Cone House. Okay, started a poll because I'm just curious. Your order is gone too? Dang. Right, no, I'm right there with you, Jen. It was definitely a splurge. So, Pecan Submarine, Mushroom Coffee Cart, or Traffic Cone House. I don't know what it was. Like, I was driving along and I was like, I really like that idea. And so that's why I was kind of excited too. So I did, again, it's not done yet, but I'm doing a base, or I did a base of the Ohuhu markers, and then I'm doing Faber-Castells on top of that while re-listening to Fourth Wing. It kind of would, right? Yeah, because I'm sort of promoting it as, like, it's not going to be your typical, like, some of them will be, you know, like I have obviously fairy houses made out of pumpkins, out of mushrooms. Like, that's kind of your standard. But I like the idea of using random items as fairy houses. Plus, I feel like this one just kind of speaks to, like, a reclaiming of man-made things, right? If all of a sudden all the humans were gone, things that are left behind are going to get reclaimed by nature. And that's what I kind of felt. I think that's one of the reasons this one really called to me. Also, I'm sick of the freaking construction around here. But, oh, the cozy cone. I didn't even think about that. They still had your order up, like, okay, cool. Because that's the other thing is I would love to do a hardcover, and I've got it on the bookshelf over there. But like Maria Troll, like any of those would be great. Bianno 366. No, I'm not planning out. Bye, Dawn. Yeah, because I think maybe what I'll do is, because I really like this one. I may just put this one up in the shop and see how it does. But we can see maybe what the membership will be, or if I'll just put it straight away in the shop. Yeah, anyway. But if you're looking for any fall pages, like I said, those are all on sale right now too. Okay, so let's see. Yellow ochre. It's so funny, little Emily, I was showing her the page that I did of the submarine. And she's like, oh, it's a pecan. I was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, no, because I know there's that whole debate, like potato, potato, pecan, pecan. And I was just like, no, because they pronounce it pecan in Texas. And this is kind of where the pecans naturally come from. So that's why I go with pecan. You're grounded, young lady. Oh, are they really? Yeah, I have a bunch of the Ohuhus. None of this nonsense. All right, let's see. Let's see what the... There you go, 30 votes. Yay. I'm so glad you guys like I said, we like the other ones too, but I'm so glad that you guys are feeling the same way about the traffic cone as I am. I don't know why, but it's just, I was driving along, looking at the construction, and I'm like, I kind of love this. Like, just a bit. So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm promoting it as, we're going to use the blender now, as, you know, using everyday objects. Like, I was trying to brainstorm while I was sitting in the car the other day. I was like, what are some other objects that I could use? Briefly, a colander popped into my head, and I was just like, that wouldn't really work though, because they would literally have holes in their roof. And it's like, sure, I have plenty of pumpkins, and you know, pumpkins go bad. I was like, no, this is a fantasy world. In this world, pumpkins don't go bad. They put on a magical spell on them that makes them not go funky. Thanks. Right, let's go. Coffee kid. Well, see, I do have one where I made a fairy, and that one is in the shop. It's been in there for a couple years. A fairy house out of a coffee cup, which I still really like that one. But yeah, so I've just been kind of looking around my house when I'm out and about. Like I try to brainstorm about things that would be good. Like, you know, in like parking lots of department stores or big stores or whatever, they have all of the parking lot lamps. And at the bottom of those lamps, there's usually like a metal box that goes over the top. You're good, Kim. You're good. That usually goes over the top of it. And in places where geocaching is a thing, you guys Google it if you're unfamiliar with what it is. But sometimes people will lift up that lid and they'll put the geocache under there. So it's just like, that'd be kind of cool. I'd have to figure out a way to show the entire lamppost so they know what it is. But that's what I'm trying to think of. Like, you know, have you guys ever seen like Fievel Goes West? When they go to the West and they make their home out of an old soup can. Like it's that kind of thing. Or you think of like A Bug's Life, right? When he's a city bug, he goes to the bug city. They've got all these things made out of everyday things, right? And I was just like, that kind of seems adorable. So that's going to be like part of what it is. So we shall see. I got my fingers crossed. The proposal that was sent out to someone, I initially approached them with the idea and they didn't shut it down right away. So this message that I sent now is they said, we'd love to hear about your proposals. That's a stage that it's at. It didn't immediately get shut down. I didn't get ghosted or anything. And so now they are mildly intrigued, so I sent them the full proposal. So fingers crossed. That's quotes, not crossed. Fingers crossed. So we'll see. We'll see. It's a hard thing to break into. So, you know, if this one doesn't work, we'll move on to the next. But like I said, that was my goal for this year. And I feel like I'm closer to it than I have been in the past. Like I said, I feel like the fact that I've been in the coloring community and I've heard a lot of feedback. I feel like that gives me kind of a unique insight to hopefully create something, you know, that would be well received. I hope so. Hi, B. I hope so. That's my plan. But I know hardcover versus soft cover, that can, you know, change the cost of it a lot. But this particular place, they have done some hardcover books. So, yeah, the possibility is there. Let's see, brown ochre. I don't know. Do you guys have a preference? Hardback versus paperback? Aw, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the hardbacks just look so sleek. Like, I know a big reason why Johanna doesn't do hers that way is because of keeping the cost down. But if I can get a publisher that doesn't mind doing the hardbacks, I'm like, heck yeah. All right, I want to add a little bit of shadow on this pumpkin from the sunflower here. Team hardback, right? They just look so nice. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of shadow here. Kind of doing it away from it because it's sort of lifted off of it. But yeah, we are all set to go for Halloween over here. The kids have their costumes. I've got all of my elements. They've already got to wear them once. And as long as it doesn't get rained out tonight, there's another place that we're going to take them where they should be able to wear their costumes. They do have a costume contest, but I'm not quite sure what the criteria is for that. So if it's an option, you know, obviously they can enter. But again, I don't want to get their hopes up for anything because it may very well get rained out. It's not canceled yet, but it could be. Hardcover you could color too. I don't know about that one. Paper is more important. Yeah, that's fair, D. Yeah. Nice paper. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. That's my biggest thing. Let's see. Okay. really decide exactly what these were, but I'm gonna go with like a berry of some sort. I mean, I drew it, but you can kind of make it whatever you like. Let's do Mars. Do we want to do Mars Violet? Could do Mars Violet and Ruby Earth. Let's see, sepia, Ruby Earth, yeah. Yeah, I feel like the paper's the biggest thing. And that's a big reason why I never really published on Amazon. Because the paper was just so terrible. If I was going to put that much work into creating a book, I'd like to make it something worth creating. Not that, you know, books that are published by that aren't. Like Christine Karen did a ton of them. But, yeah, I just don't like the paper. So it's like, no, I'm gonna hold out. And we'll see if something if something pans out. How are we doing on time anyway? 23. We're planning on going until 1:30 today because then I need to go pick up the kiddo. But I really didn't want to cancel again, so I opted for a late start instead of rescheduling. Because let's see, today's the 24th. Today's 24th, and oh, Halloween. Halloween is on Friday, but I'm still planning on streaming that day. The kids have that day off, but we're not doing Halloween-y stuff until the evening. I told them that they could invite some friends to go trick-or-treating with us because we have a great trick-or-treating neighborhood. And last year, by the end of it, everybody was really tired and thirsty and whatever else. We just didn't really think it all through. So this year, right? I know it. This year, I told them that we'll have them all over afterwards. So I'm planning on making some Halloween snackies and, you know, make sure everybody's got water so they can come back when they're done. I'm using Olive Earth and sort out their loot. Sort out their loot, see what they got, and just kind of hang out in general. It's nice because since we've been here a while, the kids have solid friend groups, so that should be fun. Little Steve can wear his trash can. All right, let's do these few little leaves here. Let's grab Crag Green. Let's see, that's Green Shadow, Crag Green. Here we go. Okay, and we're gonna do these. I cannot wait for these new colors. I really hope that it didn't get all befuddled, the order and whatnot. I will be doing some research when I get back, or when we're done here. All right, so let's do Olive Earth. There we go. What about you guys? Do you have any plans for Halloween coming up? Okay, let's go ahead and just do our pencil on this line here. There we go. Guess I don't need to do like a sketchy line for it. I'll just follow it around. There we go. And then let's do a little bit of ink blue. Just to kind of help that stand out just a bit. There we go. Maybe a little bit there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's see. Paper is more important to me than being hardback. Agreed, yes. School trunk or treat tonight. Oh, nice. Oh, Shannon. Shannon, you and Brian usually have some sort of like epic costume plan for your guys' church trunk or treat. Are we doing epic costumes this year? I think my favorite still is when Brian was Princess Leia. Going trick or treat, nice. Oh, you're going today? Nice. I always crash a friend who lives in a good neighborhood. We live in the woods and bunnies don't have good candy, right? My home country from the 20. Oh, very cool. Kid is older. I don't want to participate anymore. It's the night before my art show. Thank God it's indoor and I don't. Oh, nice. Got my Italy trip on my way to wedding countdown. Angela, that's amazing. I'm not sure how epic, but I'll be participating. Yes. Well, you guys always have such cool costumes. It's hilarious. Okay, let's see, pale cedar and let's see, sepia, warm earth. There it is, warm earth. I'm going to hang out at my brother's house. He gets over 200 kids. Oh my gosh, guys, and candy is so expensive. So expensive. I'm not gonna lie. I saw how expensive all the candy was this year. And I was just like, we're not even gonna be here. So our thing is more like taking the kids out. So I'm opting to not spend however many hundreds on candy this year, just to leave it out on a bowl, because 9 times out of 10 some other kid like randomly just grabs it. I figure like when the kids aren't wanting to trick-or-treat anymore, that's when we will start loading up on candy to hand out. In the meantime though, it's really cool because the neighborhood around here, they really go all out. Last year somebody set up their garage as a haunted house. So yeah, it's a lot of children. Hardback is sturdier, but you'd want to remove a page from ease of coloring. Maybe a copy of the page is awkward with a stiff cover. True. It'd be interesting to do perforated pages. Costco sale dealers for, oh, nice. I didn't even think about that, Durbin. Let's see, warm earth. I actually have a Costco membership. Maybe we should do that at some point. Okay, hang on. I missed some darker color right here, and I'm going to fix it just real quick. Using chocolate. Is my head in frame? No, we're good. Okay. But little Emily's happy because we do have decor outside this year. We finally got one of those big spider web things that she's been wanting since last year because she saw a bunch of the neighbors with it up. So they've been loving that. Paul, the little turkey, I had set up some of those cobwebs, you know, that's just like the bag of web, and then you like, you know, stretch it out and everything. He was so preoccupied with it. I have it like up above this game cabinet that we have. He shouldn't have been able to get to it, but we did. We came downstairs. He'd knocked all the pumpkins off and attacked all the spiders that were on the cobweb and destroyed the cobweb. We come down and it is like, it looks like somebody had acted out the movie Home Alone. And just everything was destroyed. The thing of it is like, I know that they say like you can't, let's see, should we do Venetian red? No, actually let's do chocolate. You know, if it's been too long, you can't really, like the pet won't know why, you know, if they did anything wrong, like you need to catch them in the act. Otherwise, no, he knew exactly what he did. And he was skulking around here like, I didn't do nothing. Like he knew. He knew exactly what he did. I was like, Paul, you are lucky. You are so cute. Oh, absolutely, Durbin. Absolutely. Bulk candy from Amazon to get stirred. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Paul is an angel. Oh, yeah. I mean, he is. And he's easily the most affectionate cat I've ever owned. But I was just like, come on, dude. All right, so we're going to use warm earth. Okay, and then let's see. What did we use? Was it pale cedar? Yeah, pale cedar. He definitely got some fingers pointed at him. A little bit. Let's go for it. Yeah. I mean, no, you know, but that's the thing. He was kind of just hanging low to the ground. And it's not that we did anything drastic, but we came down and it was like, Paul, what did you do? And he was just like, the very epitome of a cat. Oh, right? I know, dogs. Yeah, exactly. It's because he would like look at us and we finally, because I didn't even see how he got up there, but he like, let's see, do I have a sticky note here? Okay. So the way, it's side quest right here. And I'll use, do I have an actual pencil? We'll just grab this. Oh no, here's my pencils. All right, so the way that our living room is set up, like here's the end of the wall here, okay? So, and it extends out this way, but so we have this armoire that's here, okay? It's got a couple drawers, this is where we keep our games, okay? Then we've got a lamp that is here, and it's pretty well blocking between the armoire and the armoire is up high, like it is high. Oh, they said they're having website issues. Oh, okay. I know, right, Dee? And then we've got our couch. Our couch is here, okay? So this is how this corner of the living room is set up. Like, you know, Isis, she's got her auto feeder that's like here. But again, this is really tall, all right? So because I knew he could jump... protecting you from the spiders. I knew he could jump, like he could jump from here to here. It's a high jump for him. And so, but I knew that if he couldn't see any place to land, he wouldn't jump there. So we have these decorative pumpkins. I had them right up at the edge, right? And I had a few others the kids had made. So it was like right along the edge, right? He would not have been able to see it. So then the spider web stuff was all here, okay? And then we actually, I have some lights that go across the top of the armoire. Like it's full on decorated down there, right? So we've got all of the fake cobweb up here, okay? And again, this is really, I mean, this is all pretty to scale. Like the lamp might be a little bit shorter. But here's the thing, in this area, from, because the end of the wall goes here, the couch is backed up to it. This lamp blocks it pretty well, right? So he couldn't jump from here to here because there was no place for him to land. However, there was a little bit of a ledge here. So he gets on the armrest of the couch. Okay, here's little mischievous Paul, you know, swishing his tail. Okay, and he like curves. He does a curve jump so he can get around the lamp and he jumps here and he lands. The pumpkins all go flying, completely flying. The cobwebs, it's all down, and at least 3/4 of the spiders are missing. Little turkey. He just redecorated the whole thing and caused complete chaos. And then, of course, he knew exactly what he did. He really is. Yeah, you like my little action shots. So there you go. Now you can see what my living room corner looks like and the chaos that ensued thereafter. If this illustrating artist thing doesn't work, I'll just turn it into animation and I'll animate all the shenanigans that Paul gets up to. All right, so we're gonna do yellow ochre. He was such a little turkey. I was like, I cannot believe, and he knew it. He knew he did something he wasn't supposed to. Yes, absolute chaos. Oh my gosh, he knew exactly what he was doing because I sat there on the couch like he was planning it too. Like when I knew that he was, because I could see him down here and he was like looking up, and you know that kind of thing that cats do when they're trying to figure out if they can jump and they kind of lurch forward a little bit, you know, as they're trying to figure. I could see him doing that, and he sat there and did it for a while. And he would do it again, and he changed his mind, and that's when he came over to the armrest, and I could see him like kind of doing that, and then he did it in front of me. This was after it happened because I was trying to figure out how the heck did he do it. And he did it while it happened. It's like, dude, you need to like go to Cat Olympics or something because this was ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Hang on one second. Sorry, I just need to clear my throat. It really is. Like I said, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly why he was in trouble. Like, what on earth? Ugh. Pure chaos kitty. Okay, for these, I'm turning them into daisies, so they don't need a ton of color on them. Let's just grab the Solway Blue. And we're just going to do a little bit of tips. I don't know how much you guys can hear the music, but I added some of our spooky music. I can't even really see that much of it. We'll go and just finish it all. If I had more colors, I'd probably do more shadows, but This is part of the challenge, right? Let's do a little bit of green shadow. Let's see if that's cool. Gray, green shadow. Here we go. Right. Well, these ones were just like little, you know, like they have some of those paper pumpkins or whatever. So they were ones the kids decorated last year, but I did see that. Me personally, I don't think I'm going to end up, mostly because I kind of, with the Derwent drawing, that's the sole amount of splurge I'm allowing myself this year for supplies. I do have an affiliate link for it, so I may go ahead and post that just because I was already an affiliate for the other color cubes. But yeah, they do look cool. You've got the digital version. I could do the digital version. I like the idea that they're wood, though. That does kind of appeal to me, even just from a decor sense. All right, I think that's good enough for the daisies. Let's add a little bit of chocolate underneath them to help with the shadow. There we go. Make sure lead's good. All right. Okay, so we're going to do just a little bit here. I know, this time of the year is always so crazy. We've got kids' birthdays coming up, and the realization that they're just growing up entirely too fast. But that's part of the reason why I don't mind kind of going all out for their costumes, because the fact of the matter is, as they get older, you know, obviously they still need me, but I got like full costume skills here. So as long as they're still coming to me for their costume needs, they've asked if I'll keep making them costumes, and I was like, sure. So, you know, they've got their own in-house costume designer here. I'm not gonna lie, I was really pleased with Little Steve's. I think it came out really good. Like, especially if you know the character. Like, I thought that I had, let's see, that was fall clothing. Was it this one? Oh no, that was that painting I did. I've got all these pictures on here that I put up for you guys at one point. I probably need to clear that out. Let's see. Oh, no, it's okay. I only just got the affiliate link for it this morning. I didn't think that I would get it. Last time when she shared an affiliate link with me, it was after I had already purchased the color cube, and then she had asked if I wanted to do an affiliate since I was already posting about it. I was like, sure, heck yeah. And so, yeah, then I got the email this morning, and I was kind of surprised because I hadn't purchased the new one or anything, and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Okay, I'm just adding some shadows here to help this pop. How are we doing on time? 12:40, we're still doing good. Run downstairs and gather some food together. All right, let's do these leaves here the same as we did these ones. Let's use this blender on it. Just using the Caran d'Ache blender because I love this blender and I can't ever use anything else. You started to watch Sarah's? Yeah, I'll need to watch it. Yeah, I've got the original 1 and 2. Let's get the update, but not the subscription version. Wait, there's a subscription version of the digital one? What's the subscription version? Like, you can't just get the digital one? Okay, let's go ahead and do these. So we did, for the inside one, what did we do? Oh, we did wheat, and I think it was warm earth. No, it wasn't wheat. Pale cedar and warm earth, I think. Pale cedar and warm earth. Here we go. That being said, I've started thinking about Christmas already because I need to figure out what to do for Steve this year. He's a simple guy. Plus, I don't know if he's watching or not, so I can't say what I'm thinking. Otherwise, it's spoil the surprise. Okay, let's see. Let's use a little bit of the chocolate Yeah, I saw that one go through. I did. So I'll need to go and watch that and see what it's like. Because I think it was around this time of the year. Thunder out there? Might be. Like I said, we're supposed to have a storm rolling in, but I'm hoping that it just kind of moves out because, like I said, there's that fall carnival, but it's outdoors. So if it starts thunder and lightning, they will be changing that. Let's add a little bit here. Okay, let's go back to our warm earth. I think the subscription is for the new catalog system, includes their supply. Oh, it's pretty robust and they'll be keep updating, expanding. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you would have to keep updating it because like I have my color charts and everything, but like so many of the pencil orders, penciled names, some colors get discontinued. Like it's something that does have to be regularly updated. Found an electric cardboard cutter for my dad on Amazon. It's perfect for his little recycling heart. Oh, I love that. I've seen those little cardboard cutters that you can get for like your kids so they can like cut, you know, like cut and build stuff with it. I've thought about getting that for the kids, but now they're getting old enough that they can handle cutting by themselves. Okay. That was black. That was the ivory black. And then let's go in. What did I use with that? We've got warm gray and cool gray. Let's go with cool gray for now. Okay. Let's use our blender. Well, I already did my parents' gifts when they were here visiting. I went ahead and let's grab warm gray. Got their gifts all wrapped and sent with them because since they're in Mexico 6 months out of the year, it's hard to get mail down to them. So I usually get it done ahead of time so that they've just got them to open. They're already there. Having an early adopter one-time charge, lifetime option. Not sure the details. Ooh, okay. Oh, nice. I haven't done coloring in the car in a while, but it's mostly because now I'm either doing crochet or bringing my iPad to get drawing done. It's just I was thinking about like the amount of time that I spend in the car, and I've got my iPad and I've been able to get a lot more drawing time in since I'm just sitting there waiting anyway. All right, so I'm just using black on some of these shadows here. Okay, nice. All right, let's shift over and do this one. Let's do, for the color, let's add a little bit of color. Let's do this in some blue. So let's grab smoke blue. This will be one I'm looking forward to getting an extra one with. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna do smoke blue. It's kind of like a lily. Are there blue lilies? Probably not, but who says you have to follow nature's rules? We built a village out of pumpkins. Nothing about this lives in reality except for the fact that, oh look, they're pumpkins. Let's see, that's inside. I feel so bad that we've been streaming so not very not as often as we used to, but it's just like, hey. Suppose that's kind of what happens though as the kids get older, because that's mostly it. Planned activities and whatnot. Like that was one of the reasons why I just shifted the time today, because I just did not want to cancel. I was like, it has been far too long. All right, so now we're going to do ink blue. Let's see, do I want to do, let's do darker on the edge and lighter on the inside. And like I said, our next stream will be on Halloween. It'd be fitting if we finished it on that stream. Bye, Jen. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah, I like that. I'm glad we did blue. But like I said, if you don't have this page yet, or you want it, or you're looking for any other fall pages, all of the fall pages in my Etsy shop are on sale currently. So feel free if you need to. And I think I will. Once I'm done coloring this traffic homepage, I will go ahead and post about it and get that up in the shop, because I really am liking the way that it's turning out. And you're right, Shannon. I think that'd be a great page to get the point across of what kind of book it would be. Okay, let's see. Let's use our blender. Right, Dee? It's like, you think when they're little, like you're so busy because you're chasing them around or whatever else. But now between all of like the after school activities and events and volunteering and I guess I should say voluntolding, it's so hard to like squeeze it all in. Because when I started this, I mostly just like did it after they went to bed and whatnot. But now we've got to be up so early in the mornings between school and everything else that it's like I can't stay up super late anymore. I'm too tired for the next day. Angela, I like that. Oh, yeah. I've heard about that. Well, hopefully all the tests come back in the direction that you're hoping they do. I just got I had my yearly wellness, got my blood work done, and I need to exercise. Everything looks fine except my cholesterol. And so I know it's not the food because like I already have a really good diet and like I'm super strict with it. So I don't go out of my way to exercise, so I should probably do that. You know, just add it to the list of many things. We do have like an indoor bike, and I could do that. I'm so bad about sticking to it, but I know I need to. Okay, for the underside, let's do a little bit of green shadow. Let's try green shadow. Here we go. Let's get a little bit of wheat. There we go. I want to get a little bit of, bye Rainbow, thanks for being here. Let's do I want to do chocolate? Maybe let's do Venetian red, actually. Here we go, Venetian red. Let's get it nice and sharp. Oh, really, Natalie? What kind of exercises are you doing? Doing like yoga, or are you on a treadmill? What are you doing for it? All right, so Venetian red. Yeah, that'll work. And then we can blend it out a little bit. Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, I didn't hit the music on repeat. Hang on. There you go. Oh, I heard about those. Does anybody else have that? I keep seeing ads for it, like everywhere. How are you liking it? Have you found that it works, or is this something that's like pretty new? Or new for you? I know it's been around for a little while, but I keep seeing ads for them. Okay, let's get a little bit of green shadow. There we go, green shadow. Because Angela, I seem to remember you were doing a stream one time and you were talking about that too. Did you ever end up getting the hoop? I am curious what your guys' opinions are on it. Okay, I'm really glad we did that blue. I think it looks real nice with that. Oh, you have the shoop. Shoop. I was saying hoop Shannon, but I can't out shoop. Shannon has the shoop. How do you like the hoop? Oh, you're losing inches. I wore out my first one. That's awesome, Natalie. Congratulations. Okay, let's actually start with Olive Earth, the darker one, because I want to do darker leaves on here. And then we're going to use chocolate to add the shadow to it. Really? Because I do wonder, because you're kind of just like going, when you're doing, you're like going back and forth, right? So what do you find it works out the most when you do it? Like, where do you feel like the most like pull or soreness? Like, is it in the legs? Do you feel it in the hips? In your abs? I have been curious about the science. Well, hey, that's a good way to go for it. Have you noticed a difference? I know, who was it that said they lost? Yeah, Natalie said she's losing inches. That's amazing. Okay, using a little bit of black there. Okay, let's use the chocolate. That's awesome. I'll tone up. That's good. Oh, Angela said it's definitely a learning curve. That's intriguing. Yeah, because my weight has leveled out. My weight has leveled out, and I think part of it is until I'm done with this thyroid medicine, like it's probably going to stay as is. But in general, I think it's just that I need to get moving more to help lower that cholesterol. But again, it sounds so silly because like I eat like very well. Like I don't eat out. I don't, you know, like it's like you automatically think cholesterol. It's like, oh, they're eating fast food all the time. I'm like, no, I literally can't. Potatoes make me swell. Whole body, if you do certain exercise. We're getting it now. It's much harder to build up muscle now that I'm almost 60. Right? Oh, wait. I used to weight train, but made the mistake of getting replacing it. It was spinning when I was 44. Big mistake. Weight training is so important as you go through menopause. I wondered about that. I remember my sister, when she was turning 40, I'm using ink blue. She was bound and determined to get into good shape because she felt like after you turned 40, it just became that much harder. Which I will be creeping up on that here very shortly. I'll be 40 next year. So I know that's coming. I know my mom did curves for a while too. She really enjoyed that. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with those petals. Let's go ahead and do the inside. Let's do, let's see, brown ochre. Like hula, but close to your body. Okay. Yeah, for me, I know it's just making myself do it. I can think of 1,001 reasons to not do it. You know, like, oh, I already showered for the day. I don't want to have to, you know, get sweaty. Or, oh, but I need to start doing this right away. Or, oh, I'm so tired. Or whatever else. So it's needing to get myself into the mindset of this is just something I'm going to do. Right? Okay, let's do pale cedar. From walking, my muscles aren't strong enough. I'm trying to build them up. It's very hard once you lose estrogen. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Hula hoop, but and I have pictures of her. Oh, your mom working the hoop on her 100th birthday. B, that's amazing. Your mom? Wait, I mean, if you don't mind my asking, how long she reached her 100th birthday? How much further past that? Sorry, that's probably a really rude thing to ask. Because that's like amazing in and of itself, reaching 100. Sorry, I phrased that wrong. I apologize. You don't need to answer that. Okay. Let's see. Let's do Olive Earth. Right? That's amazing. My parents are real good about going on walks in the evening, especially because they got their puppy dog now. Almost 102. That is amazing. That is such a massive, amazing feat. Okay, let's do a little bit of yellow ochre. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and blend this real quick. Let's use a little bit of the chocolate. Absolutely. B, remind me, because I know, what words are hard for me today. Oh my gosh. Remind me how old you are again, B? I know that you told us, and I know, like, I think I have a number in my head, but I don't wanna guess wrong. It's not enough. Strength training helps to keep your independence as you age. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like I keep that in the back of my head. It's like if I'm not, like my mother-in-law is incredibly active. She's always going hiking, like always going out and doing things. And she is incredibly healthy for her age. It's like, dang, man, I need that kind of motivation. 95, that is amazing. That is amazing, B. I love that. Bet you have some awesome stories to tell. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and do some black. Just because it's going to be a little bit shadowed. Go. Let's get all of earth again. Keeping an eye on the time. We got about 30 minutes. Because I wanted to try and get as far as we can today. Right? Oh, I know. Oh, B, I'm right there with you. Like, I've already got that. Actually, I'm going to go see a new... My fingers are swelling. I can't get my ring off. I'm going to see a new rheumatologist here in a couple weeks. So I'm hoping to get some of that way. Right? Seriously. Actually stick with, though. Yeah, that's going to be the hard thing for me. Heart rehab classes, a lot of exercises are seated, but we do others holding on to a bar. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I like for the, because it's rheumatoid arthritis, and I know that I can't heal it by any means, but we can slow it down. So I'm hoping this new rheumatologist may have a little bit more insight than my last one. So fingers crossed on that one. Just using a little bit of black here. There we go. All right, let's do this little vine. This little vine that's right here. Okay, yeah, together helps with everyday items. Yeah, exactly. Well said. All right, olive earth. I'm just going to start by pressing kind of hard, get that nice and dark, and we'll use some ink blue to help that pop just a bit. Okay, do a little bit there and there. Let's grab the ink blue. Let's see, this one here. Do some of the ink blue on the leaf. Let's use our blender. And I'm going to do a little bit of black as well. Okay. Yeah, that little bit of black is helping it kind of, since they're all such muted similar colors. It's using that contrast to kind of help it stand out just a bit. Okay. All right, let's shift just a bit. We're making good time. All right, let's work on this trunk. So we're going to start with chocolate, actually. Okay. Hang on, fix my headphones. There we go. What the XP is? Oh, do you mean those little crowns? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really figured out what the significance of them are or how it's graded. I think it has to do with like how often you talk. I feel like it's one of those things that would probably be more relevant for like bigger channels. I think it's just probably some sort of incentive thing. I don't know much about it. Shannon, didn't you say that like you could turn them off if you wanted to? Or is that something I have to turn off on the channel? I don't know. We probably got some sort of newsletter that talked about it. Each person has to turn them off. Ah, gotcha. Okay, let's go down here. Well, thanks for sticking with me on this page, guys. I know we've been working on it for a while, but I think it's going to look really nice when we're done. And maybe on Halloween, we'll get really close to being done. Yeah, they do seem very random. Like, I'll be lurking the whole time in your stream, and then, like, I'll say one thing at the end, and it's like, #1 chowder, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Hello, YouTube? Are you okay? Okay, let's see. So I'm just filling in the dark part of the bark here. Yeah, I'm being able to weight train, been diagnosed with EDS and fibromyalgia, so I'm working on stability first. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. We'll go in between these leaves. So these are all going to stay nice and dark. When I add the texture, it'll be over here where we can see everything a little bit better. Let's see, that's the leaf, so we're going to go down here. Okay, let's see. Fall over too. I probably would too. Have I offended the queen? I have no idea. Oh gosh, Durbin. Oh yeah, that's got to be so frustrating. Okay, let's use terracotta now. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of color variation to the trunk here. Get a little quick sharpen here. In that case, Angela, I'm probably screwed. Are you kidding me? Anytime I have a conversation with someone, I walk away thinking, I wonder if I offended them. It's like I'm an extrovert, but it's so much easier to be an introvert because then I never question any conversations I ever had. Because I never had them. Okay. Let's see. Making sure I'm not going over any of the other leaves. All right, and now let's go with some brown ochre. Okay. Brown ochre. Oh! on. I forgot something. I was going to show you guys. If you have been around my Instagram, you probably saw them, but I did get a couple of new items. I don't have the links or anything for them up right now because I honestly kind of spaced it. But if you missed it, Emily Oberg's new coloring postcards. So Christmas coloring postcards and Happy Day coloring postcards. They're super cute. Cardstock is wonderful. If you want to see me coloring this one, I posted a reel about it. But yeah, so theirs are new, and I knew I was forgetting something, right? I got Barbara's books. I used, you know, Google Translate on everything, but it worked. And these are so cute. I don't know why I imagine them bigger, but I really like the small ones. So yeah, I got those. Tiny weights and a big ball to squeeze between your knees. Oh, that's great. Yeah, they were super cute. Okay, sorry. Side quest. Squirrel. All right, brown ochre is what we're using now. Okay. Yeah, I meant to show you guys those. Oh yeah, hopefully. Yeah, let me grab it real quick. Pull it out of my orders here. Yeah, it took them a little while to get here, but are they? What were they here? What did I end up paying for them? My total for both books was $46.19, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, I ordered them back in September. Yeah, it's because shipping and handling was added to it and then tax. So the total for both books was $32.18. Shipping and handling was $10.48. And then with tax, it came out to $46.19. I say something at 19, I always think $23.19. So, oh, nice, Durban. So there's that one. That one is the Coloring Techniques book. And then this is the other one. So yeah, I was able to get hers, and they actually arrived sooner. Right, Angela? So cool. So cool. Yeah, because she was kind of MIA for a little bit, and it's because she was working on that, and it turned out so cool. All right, let's do warm gray. Let's see, warm gray, 710. There it is. Okay, and we're going to fill in the rest of this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. I was surprised that there weren't any like additional tariffs added to it or anything. But it shipped from, well, where did it ship from? I don't honestly remember. But I was glad when it arrived and it wasn't complicated. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways here because we're just going to fill in the rest of the space now. And then we're going to add some more browns and getting this a more solid color. What I might do so that we can finish this next stream, since we did a lot of the foliage here already, I might do the rest of this foliage because we'll probably be able to finish the trunk today. And then that way, when we come back on Halloween, this will be all we have left to do. I think that's what I'll do. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jeanette. But hey, that's wonderful. You're taking care of relatives and everything. I'm sure at some point you'll be able to find some time, but in the meantime, you're doing an awesome thing. It was so weird getting everything set up for stream today. I felt so out of practice. In other news, yeah, Facebook is still kind of popping off. In the last month and a half, I've gone up 4,500 followers. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I probably should have been posting there a lot more a long time ago. So can't complain on that front. Okay, let's add a little bit more brown. Oh, yeah. Color a little house on the way to London and back today. Oh, I love that. Yeah, just squeeze it in whenever you can. Okay, let's do warm earth. Oh, I just had a thought, you guys. Since I'm going to be streaming on Halloween, should I wear my Halloween costume for that stream? I didn't even think about that. I could totally do that. Because I'm going to have a little bit of like face paint too. Yes. Aw. Use my warmer pencils. Yeah. Yes, please. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll make it a Halloween bonanza. I'll come in my costume. All right, so now we're gonna do warm earth. Maybe I'll switch to full Halloween music. See if I have a couple like little things I can add to the stream for Halloween. Like it's, you know, Halloweeny now, but yeah, I could totally wear my costume on Halloween. It's been years, honestly, since I've bothered even making myself a costume, but little Emily specifically wanted us to dress up as well. So I got all the pieces for mine. Right? And I was just kind of blown away. I was just like, okay. Granted, I've been posting every day because I've had, like, since I never really posted anything on Facebook, I had all of these videos banked from when I posted stuff before. So I've been able to repost a lot of those. So it's been, yeah, practically every day. So, you know, once I run out of those and it slows down a little bit, because let's be honest, it would be exhausting to try and post like every single day. So I don't think I could create that much. So yeah, it'll probably slow down once I go back to posting kind of like how I post for like how frequently for Instagram. Yeah, it'll be super fun. We'll see how long I can go wearing the hat during stream. I'll probably get really warm. Okay, let's go ahead and use the blender. I am, although, you know what's interesting? TikTok is not interested in the slightest in any of those videos. You know, you'd think, but no, it has literally been the worst place for my growth. I am just like, I'm at 10K, yes, but I am inching along. Just like each video I post gets maybe 300 views. Like it rarely goes over 1,000. Like if something goes over 1,000 views on something, like it's pretty good for me over there. But nah, man, I don't know what it is, but oof. Yeah, but you know, it's I think it has to do with my demographic. Like my demographic for this are, you know, there's some men, but mostly it's women aged 35 to 95. And I think most of that kind of group of, you know, from millennial to whatever, Facebook is a much more commonly used platform. And so I think that's part of the reason why, because that's where that audience is at. But yeah, TikTok, while I have the 10,000 to monetize things, I don't have the views yet. I had one video that like went viral, but yeah, that's what it is. Hi, Sue. So can I watch it more than once? I don't know, Jeanette. I'm not entirely sure on that. Like, I don't know if it like reads the IP address or whatever, and it's like, oh, this person already watched it. But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I keep posting because I have the videos, so I might as well post when I have them. But yeah, no, TikTok is painfully uneventful. But it's cool. Facebook evens out because I'm getting paid for Facebook now. So last month brought in, I think, like $200 with the, because I do a breakthrough bonus. If I post X number of times for X number of days, you get a bonus for that. And I was able to get that last month. So yeah, man, I won't balk at that. Let's see. Let's do chocolate again. But yeah, it's definitely a different audience over there, to be sure. I know I keep sharpening them, but it's because I want a really fine point for some of these smaller areas. Yeah, I'm liking that. I know it looks really bright right now, but we'll get there. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'll wear my costume on Halloween. We can all hang out. It was. Well, and that was the whole reason that I allowed myself to go ahead and order the Derwent drawing pencils. Otherwise, I absolutely would not have. Like, there's always like a part of me, like Steve would say, go ahead and order it. But it's like, I have a hard time allowing myself to do that unless in some way I can convince myself that I deserve it. And I was like, okay, well, this month I've got a little bit extra, so I'll allow myself. Anything the kids need, sure, I'm fine. I'm totally on board. But any splurging on myself, I have a hard time doing that without feeling horribly guilty for no apparent reason. Okay, so we're just adding in some of this chocolate to help with the shadows. I'm also keeping an eye on the time. We got about 10 more minutes. And I'm being a stickler on time today because I need to get out of the house in time to get in line for his pickup. Well, and by Halloween, I will have made some Halloween treats as well. So maybe we'll have some Halloween snackies on stream. Right, Jeanette? That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Kids need something? No questions. What store do we need to go to? Let's go. But me? No, absolutely not. Okay, we're getting our shadows in. There we go. All right. Let's do a little bit of Venetian red. Just a bit. Yes. Yeah, no, those ones are an automatic purchase for me. Yeah, I do have Johanna's pre-ordered, so we will most definitely be doing some stuff for that one as well. Hang on. Somehow I curved this line a little bit. I'm going to straighten it out. There we go. That's better. There we go. Oh, I forgot to blend this area down here. See, paid into account called completely unnecessary but desired art supplies account. Angela, I love that. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. How quickly do your things get bought up on eBay? Because I've heard of people doing that, but I feel like coloring like by itself is kind of a niche. I mean, it's not just coloring, you know, artists obviously use pencils too, but I feel like it's so niche. Like how quickly do those sales go through? Oh, that's awesome, Sue. I'm so glad. Okay, just using the blender here. Use a little bit of black here. Oh, interesting. Sold 2 old cameras for 100 pounds in less than a week. Really? That's amazing. Is it something that you ship out, or I guess it's eBay. That's usually a ship out thing. I used to do Craigslist a lot. But I don't know. Sometimes you get weird people coming to where you're at. And it's like, I don't know if I want them to have my home address. No. So I'll probably fiddle with the trunk just a little bit more, but I think that's what I'll plan on doing is I'll finish up this foliage so that when we come back, all we'll have left to do is that upper part. But it's 7:23 and I need to go grab some food to eat before I, there you go, before I go pick up the kiddo here. But I know it was a while. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, if you're looking for any fall or, you know, Halloween-y kind of pages, those are on sale in the Etsy store. And yeah, I think this one will go in the shop once I'm done coloring it. That way I can post a color thing with it. But Shannon, I think you're right. I think this would make a really cool kind of fairy house, something kind of striking. But I missed you all, so that was nice to be able to see you guys. So yeah, we will be live again on Halloween. I'll wear my costume and my hat, and it'll be all super cool and fun. All right, everyone, keep being awesome. Thanks for being here. I'll chat with you soon. Bye. Button. I swear, I'll get it one of these days. One of these days. Okay, bye, everyone.